Wow, that's really fantastic to be up here today. What an amazing group of talented, very dedicated young people here. I'm so thrilled to be here and standing here in front of you with this high degree of diversity. A warm welcome to Unleash 2018. And to the deep of my heart, this is really fantastic. Unleash actually started back in the fall of 2015, where the idea was created. In the beginning of 2016, there was a lot of fundraising, and the first Unleash event took place in Denmark in 2017. And I must say this was a great success. And I know that not even I was there presently, but also I followed the 1,000 talents from Unleash 2017. Many of them is I'm friend with on Facebook here. I can see actually some of their solutions there is actually developing constantly. The other day I got an SMS or an email actually showing that one of the cases have just raised 30,000 UK dollars actually to continue on with their projects. It's great to have you here. Why Unleash? Well, I think today we're living in a world with high degree on complexity, high degree on uncertainty. We are 7 billion people on the globe today. When we come to 2050, there will be around 10 billion people on the globe today. Can we feed 10 billion people? Do we have clean water for 10 billion people? In my generation, we have been using a lot of energy, coal, gas, and oil. We have the ever highest level of CO2 in our atmosphere. There's a strong correlation between this CO2 and the climate changes we're seeing around the world. There will be huge demographic changes. Europe will be an aging population. Russia will be an aging population. China will be an aging population. In 2040, 22% of the world's population will have an age above 62 years old. And that's why I think you're here, because that really requires rethinking. We have simply to rethink the way we're doing business today, we're doing society today. And that's also why I believe the 17 Sustainable Development Goal is really a fantastic thing. It's really bringing the world back to where we would like to have it here. And that's why I think that young talent people are so important here, because it's your creativity, it's your new ideas, it's your way of think outside the box, which hopefully will come up with solutions which can help solving some of these problems here. Why Singapore here? Well, actually in Denmark there was 6 city delegations here, and there was a strong competition to where to go here. And I'm very happy that we ended up in Singapore here. Anita just told you how exciting Singapore is. Fantastic city here, fantastic food here, fantastic dancing, but also fantastic universities, a great innovation environment here, also a lot of investors here. And that's, I think, actually what had happened here. And the reason it actually finally went to Singapore was not least due to the great help of the Danish ambassador in Singapore, Dorte Wizard. The Danish Prime Minister was actually having an official state visit to Singapore here, going to meet with the Prime Minister in Singapore. And Dorte called me one day in November saying, now you have half an hour to decide whether or not we go to Singapore or not. Because if we go to Singapore, then we'll either into the speech of the Prime Minister. But you should know one thing. If you first say Singapore, there's no way return. And well, I said yes, and I must say that the whole team here has worked incredibly hard here to make this a success here. Because last time it was in August, and suddenly here we were in the end of May and early June, which put a lot of pressure on the organization. And therefore, I would really like to take this opportunity to thank a lot of partners without the help of whom have not been this possible here. When Unleash was announced to be in Singapore very early on, Temasek actually showed out great commitment here. Development Bank Singapore also showed a great commitment here. And 2 of the great universities here, NUS and NTU, also showed great commitment here. And I really like to show them all the big thanks for without their help, and of course many other partners, this would not have been possible. I would also like to take this opportunity actually to thank some of the partners which are also with us in Denmark. Deloitte has been one of the founding partners here from the very beginning, and I'm also happy to say here that we will actually have a lot of people coming in from Deloitte helping in the innovation process here. I would also give a big thank to Henrik Skovby from Dalberg. Without the Dalberg team, Unleash 2017 would not have been possible, and certainly not 2018 here further on. So, what do we expect from you? I hope you will have a lot of great fun here. I hope you'll learn a lot. I'm also expecting you to work hard here. because actually during the end of the week, you have to present some cases here where there would be a jury actually evaluating your proposals here, and some of you will get the final award here. But also take this opportunity to create friendship and enjoy life here, because that's another thing which I think is quite unique about Unleash. I've seen some of these teams here, typically teams of 5 people, with actually more or less people from 5 different continents. And with the social media and what we have available today, they still communicate, still develop their ideas. And that's really also what is very important in the world today. With the uncertainty and complexity, I think it also calls for leadership, both political leadership, which maybe sometimes we are lacking. I see more and more businesses standing up and taking leadership, both with respect to the Sustainable Development Goals and in general. But I think not least the leadership from you, because you will be the leaders for the 21st century. I'm pretty sure that when we meet again in 20 or 25 years on, many of you will have leading positions in either governments, in businesses and so forth here. And therefore I really do hope that what you learn this week here on Unleash will be something which you can gain from in many years to come. Again, a very warm welcome from me here. I look very much forward to follow you for the rest of the week. I'll be here, and I'm looking very much forward to see the final results when we present it on next week here. Welcome.